We've got Courageous here. He said, do you guys agree the fact that Cedric is bigger than Cyril Gahn? He has the potential to be. I think even without the UFC in his back with him now, obviously Cyril Gahn fights in the biggest promotion, so he would likely, not likely, he's definitely more popular because of the UFC machine that is pushing him. He has main evented 2 UFC Paris cards to Cedric Doumbe's one. He has been a champion, main evented in the UFC, so I don't think the comparison is fair yet. Maybe if you look on social media, maybe their followership might be similar. I don't know what Seogan has, but Cedric Doumbe has almost 1 million fans, followers. So yes, that's my thought. What do you think?
Uh, I was trying to search how much fun. I feel like it's definitely in France. Cedric Doumbe is bigger. I feel like as a person, he's more likable. You know, he talks more, right? He knows how to entertain people. You know, the whole comedy stuff. You could see him, as you said at the start of the podcast, without a microphone, he yelling and then having people reply you, and the
Oh
whole stadium
yes.
was in. That was
Oh boy.
absolutely crazy. I don't
I've
see
never seen
any
anything like that.
kind of
Never ever seen anything like that. And the mattress, we'll
so
get to the mattress. We'll get to that
the
mattress.
mattress
Courageous
and
Empire says whiskey is not common. No, bro, Courageous Empire. I'm Starboy FC. I beg apologies. Say I did blasphemy with whiskey there. I'm Starboy FC forever for life. Courageous Empire says, do you guys agree that the fact that Cedric doing yeah, well, we've done that. Love this show. Shout out to Green Tea. Green Tea, we don't know what your name is, but we'll give you a shout out, Green Tea. All right, so going ahead. Next question. Did the UFC make an error not signing Cedric Doumbe and the Lazy King? So when you are a monopoly, when you are a big brass promotion, you don't care if you lose out on fighters because when they come, you are probably going to give them maybe. I think maybe the UFC have like 3 different type of contracts. I'm just assuming, right? I'm not a fighter. They probably have like the basic contract when you come when they don't know you. I think maybe the lowest now is 15 and 15. The last I checked was 10 and 10. And then there's the middle one of somebody that is very very experienced, has traveled a bit, and then there's a premium one, but they don't go above that premium until you join the UFC and then you show them that you deserve a contract extension. Do you understand? So I think maybe that's the from a business point of view, that's the business model, basic model that you would do. So with regards to Cedric Dumbe and Lazy King, they are getting like maybe 3, 4, 5 times what the UFC suggested for them to get in the beginning. Because Cedric Dumbe was actually signed to the UFC at some point, but he got misdiagnosed. According to him, he got pulled out from the first UFC Paris card because of he did not pass his doctor checkup or whatever that thing is, and he ended up losing the UFC contract because he never really got to fight. Uh,
how
yes.
how are you
Oh,
know how
yeah. Temba just mentioned what I just mentioned. Cedric was signed to the UFC. He wasn't cleared medicals in France, and UFC cancelled his contract. Yes. So, according to Cedric Dumbe, he said that the doctor misdiagnosed him or mis checked him or whatever the fact might be. But yes, I don't think the UFC really gave him. Well, he has already said it in. I think he was on Ariel Hawani. He did mention that the contract he's getting with the PFL is like levels and levels and levels above what the UFC was. Robbie, what do you think? Oh yeah, talk. No, they look me.
they couldn't pay him. That's just the for me. That's what it is like. He feels like he has done enough in the sport, you know, as a kickboxer, and you know, transitioning out of that to deserve a certain amount of money that
The
the
thing is,
UFC.
we don't know the numbers, but what do you think the numbers might be compared to what Alex Pereira's first contract was in the UFC or Israel Adesanya's first contract in the UFC was? Do you think it might be similar or more?
Hmm. You mean the numbers that he's getting from PFL right now?
No. His
What the
like in
UFC
the
offered him.
UFC when he first signed for UFC Paris, that
I
first
feel like
first
it would
UFC
have been
Paris.
similar. I feel like it would have been very similar. And I think the UFC would have gone back in for him if he hadn't signed with the PFL. After that, I mean, he's just an amazing
Wait,
talent. Why not?
but here's the thing. I think I'm not sure if I'm thinking this correctly. When the fight card came out for UFC Paris, he was in the prelims. So wait, am I right? I think he might have been in the prelims. So that shows you where they rated him to be at that point, right?
Yeah.
But probably somebody probably should fact check that. All right. Before I go, last thoughts about Cedric Doumbe and his performance yesterday. The things that guy did, I never thought that it is possible to do. Right. First of all, in the weigh-ins, he came out with a pillow. So so the rivalry going into this fight, it goes beyond Jordan Zibo and Cedric Doumbe. It goes above to Fernan Lopez, who is the coach of Jordan Zibo. So now here's the thing. For the fans to know to chant that Jordan, he's dead in French, right? For them to know that that is the response, that means that building up to the fight, something must have gone viral. You understand? From the fight promotion, where people knew what exactly they had to say at that point. Which is why I'm telling you that we are missing a lot because we don't speak French. Because something must have happened. Um, yes. So first of all, the entrance, right? Well, let's start with the pillow. So he came to the weigh-ins with the pillow with the face of Fernan Lopez there. Fernan Lopez looking like he was teary. It looked like a mugshot. And it says Bonne nuit, which is good night, right? Night, night. He gave the pillow to Jordan Zibo. Then on the fight night, he came out with a mattress to complement the pillow because he's going to put Zibo to sleep. Which kind of wahala now?
I
I
didn't even
saw
know you
it
were
and
I didn't know you were about to do all of that.
and like before he actually did the workout, the song or whatever audio it is, TikTok audio, whatever it was, when he was shouting Jordan, the French guys would be like something something in French, which means he's dead. And for a second I thought, is this guy actually holding a microphone? Then he walked out and they were still saying Jordan and I see his mouth wasn't moving too. That means that the song was recorded. Um he came out. Temba agrees with us. He says, I like the guy's style. He's definitely a star. On top is a brother. Yes, yes, Temba. Uh, yes, Temba. We're happy to see your brother on top. Courageous says Cedric is going to be a big star if he continues winning, but he must still stay out of the tournament. Well, what is he going to benefit fighting in the tournament, bro? He doesn't need that 1 million. So he came out with the
Well,
mattress to complement the
the
pillow. Eh?
the
What
tournament
do you
might
talk?
become 2 million.
The tournament might call my what?
Might become 2 million.
Oh well. So he's not going to be in a tournament. He doesn't need that 1 million. Even the 2 million, maybe it's not even worth it. But he said, I'm sorry. So he brought the mattress to complement the pillow. Meanwhile, in the audio, it was his voice in the arena, and people were chanting, responding to him, screaming, Jordan! And he came into the cage. And after the fight announcement or ring announcer did his thing, he still mouthed without a microphone, Jordan! And the crowd was still responding. At this point, it's the main event. Every big star that was supposed to come that was being late is already there. The whole superstars of PSG from Hakimi, Mbappe, Dembele, all the Gen Z that they have in that team, right? The Gen Z players in PSG were there. Uh, and it's like, bro, it's like written, picture written, bro. I just wish I could know what was going on in that guy's head. In that guy's head, he literally just came and knocked out this guy in 6 seconds. And ladies and gentlemen, I must give credit to Toby Aderemi, because Toby literally, if you are doubting me, go and check his fight preview. He did a preview for this fight. It's in our YouTube channel. He said that Cedric Doumbe is going to catch a leg kick and he's going to land hooks, and that happened. So my
Left
brother,
hook.
take your roses, take your roses. He actually literally predicted it, but hey, he's a kickboxer and he always does that. So my brother, you did not do any rocket science.
We
So
did. We knew that Zibo is going to throw the high kick. That's all he does. That's all he always does in all his fights. He needs to change. He needs to switch it up.
all right, all right. Uh, yes, I think we've got a few more. So thoughts about Tyson Fury versus Usyk getting booked with Fury scheduled to fight in Ghana in 3 weeks' time. So, so this is one of the most hilarious things you would see. Toby, you don't get new name, oh. So
When
Mystic
they,
Toby,
when they introduce
you
me
sure
with
say?
bad internet again, oh, Mystic.